Different price ranges mean different markets in Halifax. So what I mean by that is depending on the price point that you're looking in, you're going to see very different market conditions and you're going to see very different results when you're looking to buy or sell a home in Halifax. So if you're confused about the Halifax real estate market in general, then you're certainly not alone. I mean, how could it be that your home is sitting on the market for 6, 7, or maybe 8 months, yet a coworker can walk into the office on a Monday morning jumping for joy because they just had half a dozen offers on their property over a weekend and they sold it over the asking price? Well, I'm hoping this video will put a little bit more context on what we're seeing on the ground level in the real estate market for you. Now, just before I get into it, if you're new here, my name's Andrew Stevens and I've been a realtor in Halifax for 9 years now. And if you're looking to be educated on the Halifax real estate market, then this is the channel for you. So go ahead and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to book a call or a meeting with me to chat about the market at any time, you can do so in the Calendly link below my description at a time when it's convenient for you. So right now we have about 1,000 homes for sale in HRM. So this is all of HRM regardless of price or neighborhood or anything like that. And this works out to about 2.5 months of listing inventory, which is a seller's market as a whole. So we're still seeing a lot of homes selling over the asking price for top dollar, multiple offer situations, all of that kind of stuff that we have been seeing over the last few years. But it really does vary by price point. So I'm going to break this down into a few different price points for you. And the first one is under $500,000. So this is the hottest price range right now in Halifax. There's very few listings, and although we have about 1,000 listings in the HRM, we only have about 250 active listings under the $500,000 price point. So when you think about all of the buyers in all of HRM that might be looking for a home under $500,000, this is a very, very low number. So again, we only have about 25% of our current listing inventory at what I would consider to be an affordable price of under $500,000. So this is making this market extremely competitive, and we're seeing a lot of multiple offer situations, and most homes are selling over the asking price. And this puts us into a seller's market for this price point, which is about 1.2 months of listing inventory. So this level of inventory is actually pretty typical of what we've been seeing over the HRM when it was at its hottest times in 2021 and the start of 2022. So that'll kind of put things into perspective for you. Within this under $500,000 price point, homes are generally selling in about a week or less. And right now, most of them are selling over the asking price, which means they're getting competing offers. And the average list to sale price ratio is 103%, and it's been hovering most of the year between about 102 and 105%. So in other words, on average, homes are selling over the asking price. Now moving on to the $500,000 to $750,000 price point. This again is a very, very hot price point, but it's not as busy as the under $500,000 price point. So right now, out of the 1,000 homes for sale in HRM, we have about 375 homes in this $500,000 to $750,000 price bracket. And this puts us at about 2.5 months of listing inventory, which is equivalent to the average that we're seeing right now in the HRM as a whole. Now, this 2.5 months of listing inventory is still considered a seller's market, and that's what the market is as a whole in HRM, of course. And in this price range, we're seeing about 100% list to sale price ratio. So in average, homes are selling for about the asking price, and that's been hovering most of the year between about 99 and 103%. And in this price range, homes are taking about 2 weeks, give or take, to sell. Moving on to the next price bracket, let's talk about $750,000 to $1 million. So this is where things get very, very interesting. And like I said, as a whole in the HRM, we're in a seller's market with 2.5 months of listing inventory. But as soon as you get over the $750,000 price bracket, it changes drastically. In this price range, currently, we have about 220 active listings on the market, and this works out to about 8.4 months of listing inventory, which is a buyer's market. So this is the first time I'm saying this word in a very long time. This is a buyer's market in this price bracket. And to put it into perspective for you, the last time we had that much listing inventory in the HRM as a whole, it was all the way back in about May of 2017. So that's a very, very long time since we've had that much inventory in the HRM. But at this price bracket, that's the reality. We're in a buyer's market, so homes are sitting a little bit longer. On average, it's taking about 38 days to sell a home in this price range, which is more than double the price range from $500,000 to $750,000. And the sale to list price ratio in this price bracket has been sitting right around 98 to 100% throughout the year in 2023. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about the next price range, which is anything over $1 million. So like the $750,000 to $1 million price bracket, this one is a lot slower than the lower price ranges in the Halifax real estate market. So right now, in the over $1 million price range, we have about 125 homes for sale, and this works out to about 8.75 months of listing inventory, which again is a buyer's market. So compared to the under $500,000 and the $500,000 to $750,000 market, anything over is a buyer's market. It's very, very different than the lower price brackets. In this price bracket above $1 million, we're seeing about a 96% sale to list price ratio. So in general, you're getting a little bit better deal on this price bracket, so you're getting it under the asking price as a general statement. And we're seeing homes sit on the market for about 2 to 3 months on average. However, a lot of these homes, depending on the neighborhood that they're in, might be sitting for anywhere from 6 to 12 months or even longer. Again, very much dependent on what the product is and what neighborhood you're looking in. So at the end of the day, what does all of this mean for you? Well, the point I'm trying to make here is there's not just one blanket statement for all of HRM. So yes, you're seeing some articles out there that the market is slowing down, including some videos on my own channel. But it's really hard to make a blanket statement for HRM because yes, the market has been cooling down a little bit, but in the under $500,000 price point especially, and even in the $500,000 to $750,000 price point, things are still incredibly busy, and we're still seeing competing offers. We're still seeing homes sell over the asking price quite quickly for top dollar. But everything over $750,000 is quite a bit slower, so it's almost like the tale of two different markets here. We have a seller's market, a very competitive seller's market, anything under $750,000, and we have a buyer's market, a pretty heavy buyer's market, everything over $750,000. So this is kind of the reason why some homes are going quickly and some are not. It's two very different types of market conditions depending on what price bracket that you're looking in. So if you're looking to sell a home, well, should you do it now? Should you wait till the spring? What is the best move? And really, it's going to depend on your own needs and what you're looking for. But if you have any kind of a product that's under $750,000, and especially if you're under $500,000, this is a great time for you to sell. This market is extremely competitive. And if you're sitting on something that's a little bit more expensive, well, maybe the time is right to wait until the spring, or maybe you just have to know and get your expectations right that your home might not sell overnight for top dollar. It might take a little bit longer, and they might try to beat you down on the price a little bit when the time comes when you do receive an offer. And if you're buying, well, again, it very much depends on the price bracket. If you're looking under $750,000 and especially under $500,000, you better have all your ducks in a row. It's extremely competitive. You're likely going to be facing multiple offers, and you're really going to have to try your best to give the seller everything they want in terms of a closing date and all of that. And you're going to want to have your conditions as short as possible to make your offer as appealing to the seller as possible. Now, if you're looking over $750,000, the power is much more in your hands than it would be at those lower price brackets. Yet, a lot of the sellers are still thinking it's a seller's market in this price bracket, so they're being a little bit tougher on price in certain cases. But above $750,000, you're probably not going to be competing as much, depending on what type of neighborhood you're looking in and what kind of home that you're looking for. And in this price bracket, you might be able to get the home under the asking price, so it is going to give you a little bit more negotiating room. So if you're looking in this price bracket, well, over the next couple of months, it might be a good time for you to look, because there might be some homes that have been sitting on the market a little bit longer, and they might be getting a little bit antsy to get their home off their plate before the snow starts flying this winter. Now, as always, it's very situational depending on exactly what neighborhood, what price point, and so on. So if you're curious about a specific neighborhood in Halifax or a specific property type in Halifax, you can reach out to me anytime in the Calendar link below in my description at a time when it's convenient for you. And if you're still here watching and you got any value out of this video, all I ask is that you hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content, and that'll help push this out to more people like you who may be interested in being educated in the Halifax real estate market. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and have a great day.